Hello everyone! Wow, it's been a month since the last episode. And it's nice to see that the related videos are not Korean makeup tutorials anymore. Moving on. Today's video is a request from No Name and he asks about neutral buffs and why we should have them. The patch 6.9 brought a big list of changes and we are still getting used to it, but 2 patches after I think it's safe to do a video about it. The biggest change has to be the elemental dragons, the dragon chroma skins. You probably already read about this, but they got some changes, so this is the updated version for patch 6.11. Each type gives you a special buff and it goes like this. The fire dragon gives you 8, 16 or 24% extra attack damage and ability power depending on how many fire dragons you have. The air dragon gives you 15, 30 or 45 bonus movement speed while out of combat. The earth dragon gives you 10, 20 or 30% bonus true damage to epic monsters and turrets, making him one of the worst. And last but not the least, I think it's really the least important one. The water dragon, which got changed recently to only work when out of combat. It restores 4, 8 or 12% of your missing health and mana every 8 seconds, if not damaged by a champion or turret. Garen's passive. It used to restore 10% of your missing health and mana every 18, 12 or 6 seconds, regardless of taking damage or not. But say bye bye guys, just like Spellvam. One good thing to notice is that if your team's average level is lower than the enemy team's average level, you get bonus experience for taking the dragon, so it's a nice catch-up mechanic. At 35 minutes, the Elder Dragon replaced his winged Power Rangers. While the normal dragon's buffs are permanent, these big dragon buffs last for 2 minutes and it makes your attacks burn just like red. It deals 45 plus 45 times the dragon stacks you have true damage while granting you vision on the target. On top of that, it increases the other dragon buffs by 50%, so here you go, I did the math for you. The maximum you can get from each stat is 36% extra AD and AP, which is another Rabadon stat cap passive, 18% of HP and mana regen. Yep. 45% extra true damage to turrets and monsters, and 67.5 extra movement speed when out of combat. That's more than the speed boots before all the nerfs. But since speed doesn't stack like that, it doesn't matter. Now, this may look crazy OP, except it won't happen. You need to have 3 stacks of the same dragon and the Elder Dragon buff, which only lasts 2 minutes. Since the dragons are random, having 3 stacks is very unlikely to happen. When you account that each dragon has a 6-minute spawn, 3 dragons are 18 minutes. And since it's random, they won't come 3 straight. So let's say you can actually get the same dragon 3 times in 6 dragons. That's 36 minutes. The other comes at 35 and you can't take dragon at 0. So it's impossible. 3 in 5. That's 30 minutes. It's possible on paper, but you need 1. Do all the dragons on spawn, which is not always possible. 2. Having 3 of the same type. And let's be real, if you are in condition to take 5 dragons on spawn and the other dragon, so 6 dragons, why didn't you finish the game already? Anyway, Riot makes it a bit easier by allowing only 3 types of dragon per game, so no, you are not crazy. During that 2 hours long game there was really no fire dragon. But still, the chances don't get much better. It never happened in my games, and from all the games I spectate to do the normal videos, I can't remember of it happening either. So in my opinion, these chroma skin dragons were a failure. They add nothing to the game except randomness, and they fail completely their purpose. People are not fighting more over it. It's still done at the exact same rate as before. Oh, you killed 2? Okay, we can do dragon. There's no huge fights contesting a water dragon or whatever. The thought process is still the same. If it's safe to do it, we do it. And the different types don't add much as well, because as a player you have no option. You want a fire dragon instead of an air one? Too bad, you have to take whatever is there. The old dragon buff was reliable, but this only adds unwanted randomness. Riot, we already have to deal with random players on our team. We don't need more random elements on the game. Anyway, moving on. Another big change, Rift Herald. It only spawns once per game now. It gives a buff that lasts 20 minutes and you don't lose it on death. Sounds promising. The buff is simple. If you have no allied champions next to you, you get 5% damage reduction and a charge system like Static Shiv or the other AP item. When it reaches 100, your next basic attack deals extra damage. A buff that lasts 20 minutes. Stays on you through death, gives you damage reduction and extra damage. I don't know what to say, but this sounds wrong. Like Beta Jax wrong. Release Xin Zhao wrong. Team AD carry wrong. Next is Baron. Well, Baron has been like this for a while now, so probably everyone knows what he does. It gives you a buff that lasts for 3.5 minutes, which increases your AD and AP, scaling with game time to a maximum of 40. Makes your recall 4 seconds faster, and when you recall, you heal faster and gain 50% movement speed for 8 seconds. But we already have home guards. And lastly, it gives you an aura that empowers your minions. The little ones grow in size, attack speed, attack damage, damage reduction, movement speed, like all super minions now. So it might be a good idea to split into 3 lanes to have all lanes pushing with empowered super minions. Also keep in mind that when fighting Baron, you'll get a stacking armor and magic resist debuff. It will stack up to 50 reduced armor and magic resist, so some champions will get their defenses at negative values. Not only they are taking true damage, they are taking extra true damage. This is why the Take Baron and Get Aced is so popular. Your defenses are so low that the enemy cleans you up easily. So don't forget this the next time you're going to contest a Baron or going for a risky one. Moving on. The blue buff gives you 15% AP, 5 plus 1% maximum mana per second and 10% cooldown reduction. I know what you're thinking. If you have the 3 fire dragons, the other dragon buff, a Rabadon Zcap and the blue buff, you get 86% extra AP. Now if you have 600 base AP, it gives you 1116 AP. Now imagine you are playing Veigar and that your team won't throw the game at the 10-minute mark. Impossible. Just forget it, man. Red buff. Yup. Still here. The red buff gives you a slow that scales with your level. 10% at level 1, 15 at level 6 and 25 at level 11. So everyone can be Ashe. Better actually. It increases your HP regen to 1% maximum health at level 1, 3 at 6 and 9 at 11 when not in combat. It causes your basic attacks and spells to deal extra burn damage.
And that's the thing, it's the World Championships. Everyone here is a real threat and an amazing team. You go in saying, yeah, they're one of the best in the world, easy, right? No one's going to actually do that. Maybe double it, but that's about it.
Well, that's why he's on the analyst desk.
Yeah. Oh.
So let's take a look at those.
The burn damage increases with level as well.
Silva survived, Pega would have died early as well, so good point.
I've been casting for a while.
You have?
Kind of learned the game. Only a little. Only a little. I mean, I'm not quite LCS pro player level, but then again, neither are you anymore.
2 plus 2 times your level, so 38 maximum damage. This buff is usually for the AD carry, since it helps them kiting and deal extra damage with each auto attack. Just like the blue buff is for mid. I was playing Anivia in the European server, and Lee Sin got all the blue buffs. I tilted more than I should. Rift Herald is for the split pusher, which is usually the top laner, and don't play around and get the buff fast because it disappears. But wait, there's more! These buffs require you to have Smite, so here you go. Smiting Gramp will grant you a 90 seconds buff similar to Thornmail. Anyone that attacks you gets poisoned and receives 10 plus 5% bonus health magic damage over 3 seconds. Smiting the Ancient Krug grants you a 90 seconds buff that causes your 6th attack against minions or monsters to stun them. Useless, but it also deals 65 plus 15 times your level true damage to turrets. Not that bad, but it's only once. You lose the buff after attacking a turret. And lastly, smiting the Crimson Raptor grants a 90 seconds buff that gives you true sight for 10 seconds after being spotted by a ward, causing you to lose the buff. And that's it for today, everyone. Wow, this video sure took me a while to do. I hope this was useful to at least 5 of you. If you are new to this channel, welcome to the family. You can watch the older episodes by clicking here and have fun. If you are not new to this channel, well, why are you still watching us? I decided to change the question of the day format. Today's question is, describe your love life with a champion skill name. The most funny will appear in the next video, and so on. Okay, now it's really it. Thank you for watching and good luck on the fields of justice.